There are still hot days ahead because it's Southern California. But there are going to be also some cool days ahead, and Lord willing, we're actually going to turn the heater on at some point in the next 8 weeks or so. Yeah, it could happen. So it's time to figure out your HVAC. You know how it's been performing. Schedules are loosening up. Here's what we're going to talk about this weekend. Let me give you a smattering of the menu. We've dumped Freon now completely for a new style of refrigerant that goes inside the unit. You need to know what it is. It's R410A. That's right, write it down. It adds no relevance to your life whatsoever. But just know that if you're getting a new unit, Freon, which has kind of become, it's like Kleenex, it's one of those generic terms. It's sort of the universal word that we use to describe the refrigerant that runs through our air conditioning system. Freon is no more. No, it's gone. R410A is the new refrigerant, better for the environment and just better refrigerant. Actually, better. It's one of those areas where it wins on both fronts. So it does not do damage to the environment and actually works better in the unit. We're also going to be talking about variable speed systems with zoning and smart thermostats and how they are now the gold standard of what it is that we're looking for if you're looking to upgrade or replace your HVAC system. About 15 to 20% more expensive right now, but 40% savings on energy as they run. Easily 40, sometimes more. Heat pumps? Heat pumps are something that we need to talk about, especially if you're sitting there saying, what is a heat pump? Exactly. And of course, mini split systems continue to rise in popularity, and we've got a bunch of new products and technology. So, when we come back, we'll start off with maybe one of the most important tips that I can give you that's going to save you some time and some frustration, plus a little bit of history of air conditioning in general. Why history? Because it's me, Yeah, because it's me. Okay, all of this and more to come. I'm so glad you joined me this morning. You're listening to Home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. Brian Berumen has the news.
A series of cleanup events for around the city of LA are being held today to honor former LA City Councilman Tom LaBonge, who died in January. 2 parents have been convicted in the college admissions scandal. Sentencing for them will be in February. And members of George Floyd's family made a stop in LA as part of a thank you tour across the country, saying they wanted to show their appreciation for people who protested in support of Floyd after his death. We'll have a look at Trouble on the 5 next.
So you may be in a position where you are gifting yourself this holiday season a new dream kitchen. That is wonderful. Here should be your first move. You're getting rid of the old kitchen because there are problems with it, and you don't want to repeat those problems. You don't want to make the same mistakes or just new and different mistakes. You got to get yourself down to the kitchen store. You need a free in-showroom consult with the good people at the kitchen store. Creativity and wisdom, that's what an expert kitchen designer is going to give you. And a showroom, a 7,000 square foot cabinet design showroom flooded with inspiration and information so that you make all the right decisions this time. Kitchen Store is right off the 405 in Culver City. For more than 50 years, it's the best place for kitchen cabinets in all of Southern California. They have state-of-the-art computer design, same as cash financing, no payments, no interest for a full year, and pricing that beats the big box center. So, start your new kitchen right. Set up your free consult today by dialing 310-KITCHEN. That's 310-KITCHEN, and check out the kitchen store on the web at 310kitchen.com.
From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. We're going back to that crash on the 5.
Going to Park, southbound side of the 5 between Artesia Boulevard and Beach Boulevard. It's now all lanes blocked on this. Crash has got you jammed all the way back to 4 Carmenita in Ontario. Still working on a problem on the westbound side of the 60 before the 15. Crash in the carpool lane left lane, pulling it out, starting to get out of Wanda. And in Ontario, the westbound side of the 10 between the 15 and Haven. Only the left lane available for you until Monday morning around 5 o'clock. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robert Sabucky.
This report is sponsored by Audible. This fall, Audible is the best place to listen for everything you're into, from comedy to motivation to the latest bestsellers. Find it all at Audible with audiobooks, exclusive originals, and popular podcasts. Start listening free when you sign up at audible.com.
Today on Newsmakers, we're talking with Catherine Schultz, Vice President, Tax and Fiscal Policy for the Business Roundtable. So, Catherine, there's a ton of noise in Washington right now about raising taxes on businesses. Why should our listeners care?
20 to 70% of the corporate tax burden is borne by workers through lower wages and reduced job opportunities, according to estimates by both government and academic economists. And shareholders, who include a majority of Americans, including seniors who have retirement accounts, pensions, or other investments, would see stock values decline due to lower future cash flows.
As we're starting to recover from the pandemic, would raising taxes on businesses impact America's economic trajectory?
While the economy has made tremendous progress since the depths of the pandemic, it remains on fragile ground, and everyone is not coming out of the pandemic equally. Congress should be helping to make it easier for business to invest in workers, innovation, and operations to strengthen the economy and keep America ahead of our Chinese and European competitors.
If hardworking taxpayers were to reach out to their congressman or senator, what would you want them to say?
No tax increases. Elected officials should hear directly from their constituents that tax increases on job creators will move America backwards, resulting in less job opportunities for hard-working Americans, slower wage growth, and a less competitive economy.
You can learn even more at brt.org/tax2021. Catherine Schultz, Vice President, Tax and Fiscal Policy for the Business Roundtable. Thanks for talking with us. Paid for by Business Roundtable.
You might not think about your water heater very often. I certainly don't. But you do if it's not working, because there is nothing worse than getting ready to relax in a hot shower and then stepping into an ice cold one. So if that's you, then you need to call Water Heaters Only. Water Heaters Only has been replacing water heaters and getting it done right since 1968. When you need a new water heater, they are the only ones you need to call, because they're honest and reliable, and they know everything there is to know about water heaters. Water Heaters Only also offers same-day service, quality products, and the lowest prices around. So for a limited time, you can get 0% deferred interest financing. So call the company that does Water Heaters Only. Visit waterheatersonly.com. Get a new water heater with 0 interest. Terms and conditions apply. That's waterheatersonly.com.
Hey, this looks cool. Workouts while you work in. Free trial. Sure, I'll click here. My birthday's for a matching playlist. That's fun.
It's easy to be unsafe online.
My mother's maiden name for a water bottle? Sweet.
Now it's easy to help protect yourself. Norton 360 with LifeLock gives you device security, a VPN for online privacy, and identity theft protection, all in one. Opt in to cyber safety. Save 25% or more off your first year at norton.com/join.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that we can give our daughters everything they need to grow and learn. But not every child can focus on classes and play dates.
Nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. face hunger. That's 1 in 6. School lunch must be their only meal each day, and it's heartbreaking to imagine any child going to bed hungry. We're dreaming of a perfect day when kids can smile, play, and just be kids without worrying about where their next meal will come from. Feeding America is working to make that perfect day a reality.
Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescue billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. That food is given to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about doing things that make an ordinary day extraordinary. Learning to play an instrument, building a sandcastle, hosting tea parties. Hunger should never be an obstacle to growing up.
You can help end childhood hunger in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
If you want out of your house, moving, downsizing, you have financial issues, maybe you've inherited, so you list it with a broker, and that means hours of cleaning and painting and repairing and paying big fees. So let me give you another way of doing it. You get a fair price without any of that. Buyer never walks through your house, there's never an appraisal, no commissions, and you can get paid in cash within 10 days or less if you need it. That's directbuyers.com. That's the company that Janet and Matt, brother and sister, own, and I love the way they do business. They'll never lowball you. They're just honest folks. And let me tell you, a lot of schmucks in this industry, and that's not what they are. They'll give you an honest, no-obligation offer and even offer a $15,000 cash advance before closing. Go to directbuyers.com. That's directbuyers.com. Call 844-242-SELL. 844-242-SELL. Directbuyers.com.
Adventurers wanted at La Mesa RV. Your search for a sleek, maneuverable adventure van is made easy at La Mesa RV. Our selection of top names like Winnebago, Pleasureway, Storyteller, and Jayco are in stock, ready to go. Get off the grid comfortably in a Mercedes, Ford, or Dodge-powered adventure van equipped with a range of amenities. Save thousands now and drive away in the adventure van you've been searching for. Your adventure van source is an easy drive to San Diego. La Mesa RV. For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules. KFI AM 640.
KFI. Steve Sharp, the House Whisperer. I don't, Tina. Why are you laughing? That what? No, do not. You've done it. You brought Brian Laundrie into our show. I told you not to do that. You're obsessed. Good Lord. Did I say this already? KFI? Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. You're listening to Home, where every week we help you better understand the place where you live, not this week's current crimes. Good Lord. Anyway, we are talking HVAC, air conditioning today, and but you know what else? I want to talk to you. So coming up in a few minutes, as is our custom, we're going to be going to the phone. The number to reach me, and by the way, we can talk, you and I, about anything you want to talk about. Doesn't have to be HVAC, anything regarding your home. Design issue, construction question, DIY concern, anything in between. The number to reach me, 833-2-ASK-DEAN. It's just that easy, to ask Dean. 833, the numeral 2, Ask Dean. Misty is standing by. Jump into the queue. Maybe you and I can talk about what's going on with your home today. All right. HVAC stands for heating, ventilation, and air conditioning, by the way. Here is the one thing that probably, is this the thing I get asked about the most? Well, it's got to be up there in the top 3. Dean, should I have my ducts cleaned? I was contacted by a duct cleaning company, and they told me that if I haven't cleaned my ducts in the last 5 to 10 years, that there are dragons living in my HVAC system, and they have to be cleared out, otherwise they will sneak out in the middle of the night and kill my family. Not true. Not true. Let me be very, very clear about this. You probably do not need your ducts cleaned. Here's the thing. If your HVAC system has been even moderately cared for over the years, number one, the airflow inside an HVAC ducting system is what we call positive pressure airflow. It is not just, they aren't just long tubes sitting around waiting for dust to settle inside them. And even if a little dust does settle inside, the next time they get turned on, that dust gets blown out. Number 2, did I say number 2? Number 1, number 2? Number 2, if you cared for your system, there is a filter that is on the return air of the HVAC system, the air that it sucks out of the house into its ductwork. And therefore, the air that blows through an HVAC system is filtered air. It is clean air that moves through those ducts, not dust either. So I will tell you this. It's not as though duct cleaning is a completely erroneous or unnecessary facet of this trade. But, just understand, if the house has been abandoned and the windows have been open and you've been through a dust storm, okay, maybe consider having your ducts cleaned. if there's been a fire nearby, and so this was a big thing a couple of years ago here when we had wildfires happening locally, and you've got smoke and the smell of smoke accumulating inside your ducts, okay, have your ducts cleaned. If you've had some major, now understand I'm saying major, double underline, major mold or mildew problems, maybe consider having the ducts cleaned. Or if you've had recent major construction work, like dusty drywall dust kind of construction work, maybe consider having your ducts cleaned. Otherwise, do not lose sleep over this. Really, I'm serious. And here's who you want to ask the proper opinion. Not the duct cleaning company, whose sole income comes from convincing people to clean their HVAC ducts. You don't ask them, you're going to ask your AC contractor, the guy or gal who makes a living just installing systems, you know, maintaining systems in general. They don't need to do duct cleaning in order to put food on their table. And so as a result, they don't have a vested interest in telling you, oh, get this service done. So a good, honest HVAC contractor will take a look at your ducts and say, nope, no, duct, not duct, not duct, duct. Am I saying it wrong? It's early in the morning. Okay. That kind of, a duct, now your duct may need cleaning. I'm not the one to comment on that, but your ducts do not, very likely. So ask your HVAC pro. That's the key, okay? And please don't email me this week and say, what do you think, Dean? Should I have my ducts cleaned? Because I'm just going to say, listen to the podcast. There you go. Okay. Well, I ate up an entire segment giving you this all-important warning. When we return, I'm going to give you a little history on HVAC, and then we're going to go to the phones. The number to reach me, again, 833-2-ASK-DEAN, 833, the numeral 2, Ask Dean. You're home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. Your call's up next. Brian Barum has the news.
A man has been shot and killed by cops in downtown L.A. LAPD Detective Megan Aguilar says a woman was rescued last night during a hostage situation in an apartment.
The suspect walked up to a victim who was on the sidewalk. He held a gun to that individual's face and pulled the trigger. Fortunately, the gun did not fire. The suspect then went to a business in the 700 block of South Broadway.
Inside that business, the man pointed the gun at a group. They ducked and the suspect fired at them. A bullet hit a 14-year-old on the side of the head. After shooting at that family, the guy tried to carjack a woman, but he couldn't. Video shows the guy holding a hostage at gunpoint inside the apartment, and then you see LAPD SWAT break through the apartment door and shoot him. News brought to you by Ruger Hero. A new law in California will require public schools and colleges to have free menstrual products in their bathrooms. The law was signed by Governor Newsom yesterday, and it says the pads and tampons will have to be available starting in the fall 2022 semester. Private schools and colleges in the state have also been encouraged to provide the products. One of the world's biggest music superstars is being named the Goodwill Ambassador for the United Nations. The Weeknd is the ambassador for the UN's World Food Program. The singer said his partnership with the UN is an extension of all efforts and intentions to help those in need and bring an end to so much suffering. Food program ambassadors advocate for ending global hunger by providing annual life-saving food assistance to over 100 million people in more than 80 countries. The Weeknd's humanitarian efforts include donating $3 million to various organizations over the past year. And the crash on the 5 freeway continues.
In Buena Park, it's the southbound side of the 5 between Artesia Boulevard and Beach Boulevard. All lanes are blocked here by this crash. It's got you jammed back before Carmenita. In Ontario, the westbound side of the 60 before the 15, that crash cleared from the carpool in the left lane. The traffic covering well through the area. And Santa Monica, we still have all lanes closed on the eastbound side of the 10 between the McClure Tunnel and 4th Street. This is Caltrans. We're scheduled until the top of the hour here. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Robert Smucky.
Energy costs are rising. Temperatures are getting warmer. Electric vehicles are here to stay, for sure. I can't believe how many homes still don't have solar. Now, granted, there's a lot of misinformation out there, so let's clear some of it up with my solar company, Sunlight. First, solar doesn't cost you money. Yes, there are financial arrangements to be made, but solar saves you money on day one. Solar saves you money, a lot of money. Second, it doesn't matter where your panels are made. It matters who makes them and the technology behind them. And lastly, you might hear about some system out there for, I don't know, $29.95, $39.95. That is not what's going to end up on your home, I guarantee you. It means something to me, it really does, that all the partners at Sunlux left top positions at other solar companies. Why? In order to do solar better than that. It's why Sunlux is an LG and Tesla Platinum contractor. They have the best system, the best battery solutions, the best service, the best warranty, and they are a solar company who is straight with you on day one. Hey, it is time for solar. It is past time for solar. Get started at sunlux.com. That's sunlux.com. CSLB 1008374.
When it comes...
Southern weather from KFI. Highs in the upper 60s to mid-70s at the beaches, low to mid-70s in metro LA and OC, highs in the mid-70s in the inland valleys, and low to mid-70s in the Inland Empire. A nice day all around. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Brian Bruno.
When it comes to your identity and keeping it safe, the folks at LifeLock want to make sure that your information stays secure. So let's say during the pandemic, or even now, you're working overtime, you're saving your money, you're paying off your debt, and now some identity thief wants to steal your information. This is why LifeLock by Norton helps monitor your information and alerts you to potential identity threats. And if you do become a victim, a dedicated U.S.-based specialist will be there to help fix it. Now, no one can prevent all identity theft to monitor every transaction, every business. But when identity thieves try to take what's yours, you don't have to take it lying down because there's a LifeLock. Save up to 25% off your first year. Call 800-LifeLock or go to lifelock.com, promo code HANDLE. That's lifelock.com, promo code HANDLE, or call 800-LifeLock, promo code HANDLE. Once again, that's promo code HANDLE for 25% off at lifelock.com.
The pandemic's reminded us we live in a sea of airborne germs that can assault us with every breath. Your nose is the body's first line of defense by helping filter out allergens, bacteria, and viruses before they reach your lungs. But like any air filter, the more clogged up it gets, the less it works. So how do you clean your nose? I'm Martin Hoke, and I didn't invent nasal irrigation. The neti pot's been around thousands of years. But I did invent Navage to make cleaning your nose easy. Navage uses powered suction to flush out mucus and germs that cause congestion, or worse, can make you sick. Over 2 million people use Navage to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier without drugs. Navage has over 70,000 online reviews averaging 4.7 stars because it works and it's easy to use. Go to Navage.com or find Navage at Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, Bed Bath, and Target. Now available with eucalyptus for a spa-like experience. Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life. Sunlux, the company that does solar better. Go solar today at sunlux.com.
There's red, blue, and then there's you. You're a free thinker and believe the best idea should win, no matter whose idea it is. At KFI Am 640, we give you all the news you need in a variety of opinions. You make up your own mind. Beholden to no one. Live, local, and independent. KFI Am 640 is made for independent thinkers like you.
AM 640, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. You're home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer. What is this, Sam, a Michael McDonald morning? Is that it? You sneaking extra Michael McDonald in this morning?
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're talking HVAC, heating and air conditioning today. Why? Actually, we're talking all weekend about it. Lots to cover. And we're doing it because, now is the time after we've gotten through the bulk of the summer heat things are starting to cool off. Now is the time to realistically actually get an appointment with your HVAC person and upgrade the system, repair it, do whatever you need to do. So I'm going to give you a well-rounded education on this subject both today and tomorrow. So don't miss either show. And if you have to, make sure you go back and listen to the podcast as well. All right, what did I promise here? A little bit of history, and then we're going to our phones. By the way, phone lines are open. Here's the number to reach me at, 833-2-ASK-DEAN, 833, the number 2, Ask-DEAN. Plenty of room on the board this morning. It's a sleepy morning, so now's your chance. Give us a call. Jump into the queue. Odds are good. They are. They're looking good. All right, AC. AC has been around now for, do the math, about 119 years, I'm guessing. Yeah, 119 years. A gentleman by the name of Willis Carrier invented the Carrier, as in Carrier air conditioning, one of the main brands still in existence today. Excellent brand. Invented the modern air conditioner in 1902. So is my math? Yeah, 119 years. The motivation for the first air conditioner was not human comfort. Nope. The Industrial Revolution back in 1902 was in full tilt. And along with that came mass production and factories and massive machinery that ran hot and ran humid inside massive factory buildings. Sometimes, in some situations, too hot and too humid for the well-being of, wait for it, the people? No, the materials that they were producing. For instance, paper mills, publishing houses, yarn factories, chocolate factories, all have, industrial bakeries, yeah, all having problems with the massive humidity being created as a result of the massive machines that were cranking out, mass producing these products. They needed to find a way to control heat, but mostly to control humidity. And that's something we'll talk about at some point this weekend. The fact that your air conditioner, one of its chief jobs is to actually pull humidity out of the air. So there you go. Air conditioning was for commercial factory products. Now, how did it get into your life, into mine? Well, thanks to the Spanish flu. I know you guys don't know anything about pandemics, so let me just, no. Back in the day, the Spanish flu and a tuberculosis epidemic. Thanks to them, there was this massive open-air health movement happening at the turn of the century. Generally, the belief that indoor air was toxic and unhealthy. So, the idea of closing the windows and recirculating indoor air, not possible. That was not going over at all. So what brought air conditioning out of the factories and into the human comfort business? Movie theaters. Movie theaters in the 1930s especially, offering an air-conditioned space where you could go and escape the summer heat, okay? So combine that with, by the 1940s, the war is on. Going to the movies to escape the heat was so popular that studios, Hollywood, started saving the biggest hits for the summer because they knew that they were going to have butts in seats. Blockbusters were huge bombs being used in Europe during World War II. A bomb that could level a city block. The most powerful thing. Before the atomic bomb was dropped at the end of the war, it was blockbusters. They were the ones that everybody feared, right? Power. Blockbuster was a symbol of power. Hollywood coined that phrase and started talking about their movies, their summer movies that were just going to clear the decks. They were so good, they would be so popular, so amazing. And so, as a result of Hollywood and movie theaters and air conditioning, the summer blockbuster movie was born. To this day, summertime is still the chief time when Hollywood releases blockbuster movies, even though people aren't so desperate for, running to the theater for AC anymore. So you can thank Hollywood for the introduction of air conditioning into all of our lives. There you go. The more you know. All right. let's go to the phones, shall we? Paul, welcome home.
Good morning, Dane. Thank you for taking my call. I have a question. Will my new air conditioner electrocute me? Let me explain. I bought a
please do.
saddle air conditioner. I bought a saddle air conditioner, a little bit different profile, hangs over the window on both sides, but there's no drain hole. So during the hot summer days, the water accumulates in the bottom of the air conditioner. The fan splashes it up onto the motor, and I can hear it. It makes me want to turn the air conditioner off and not use it. Is this normal? Should I drill a hole in the bottom of the case to let the water out? What should I do, Dean? Help me out.
Oh, whoa. Oh. You know, it's hard for me to tell you exactly what to do because I don't know the model and the brand and all, you know, and even if you told me it wouldn't do it. Yeah, so this is a window saddle air conditioner, something that we're actually going to be talking about when we get around to talking about new technology. You know, the old window air conditioners, everybody, there were just these big blocks that sat there. They were also noisy because there was a direct connection between the condenser unit and the fan stuff on the inside. Window saddle units are much, much quieter because they hang over the window like a double hung window, like a saddle does, kind of like you put it on the horse. Half of it hangs outside, the other half hangs inside. So, like I was saying, air conditioners pull humidity out of the air. That moisture condensates on the evaporator coil, it collects, and then it drips down. And it drips down into a pan. All I can tell you is this, Paul. Every evaporator coil has a pan underneath it. That pan is supposed to drain out somehow. So something's missing, something's defective, or something in the instructions, there's a plug somewhere that needs to be pulled out. I don't know what, but go back to the manufacturer, go back to where you bought it and say, hey, because that pan is not supposed to fill up all the way, so much so that it actually touches the fan, and you're saying that the fan is actually now splashing it up onto the motor. So, no, it's not going to electrocute you, but yeah, it's got to get drained out because all air conditioners have to drain and drip. They all do. That's just the nature of what they do. They can't sit there and collect water forever. Now, there are some portable air conditioners that you can buy for inside your house that have a pan that's pretty good size, and it tends to hold a lot of condensation water. But even those, eventually, will fill up, and they need to be drained. So I don't know exactly, but I will give you the 2 thumbs up. You've identified a problem. That sucker needs to drain, and you've got to find what that drain is.
Appreciate it, Dean. Thank you.
All right, Paul. Take care, buddy. Good luck with that. I wouldn't just grab a drill and drill a hole in it because then the manufacturer is going to be like, well, warranty's void, doesn't matter anyway. So do some research, find out where that thing is supposed to be draining, and get it dealt with. All right, when we return, let's go back to the phones. We'll do more of your calls. You're home with Dean Sharp, the House Whisperer, Brian Barum, and Hampton.
A female mountain lion who was rescued last year from SoCal wildfires with burns to her paws has been found dead in the mountains above Monrovia. A low-cost clinic for vaccinations and microchipping for dogs and cats will be open tomorrow in Gardena at City Hall from 1 to 4 in the afternoon, and police have shut down what they say was an illegal casino on West Mission Street in Pomona. We'll have a look at traffic next. Blackouts. You know,
This
power
fall.
outages.
They've become a regular part of life here in California. As disruptive as they are, they're not just an inconvenience. A loss of power to your home can threaten your health or your safety. A loss of power to your business, if you're a business owner, means loss of revenue. And none of us need any more of that. So whether you're a homeowner or a business owner, blackouts are the problem. The solution is Duffy Power. Duffy is Southern California's emergency power expert. Not only does Duffy protect private homes, but their stellar reputation comes from keeping Southern California business operations running through emergencies, planned outages, scheduled maintenance, and electric-heavy special events. Duffy is there 24/7, 365. Repairs, emergency rentals, and unrivaled commercial maintenance services. All of it to guarantee the power is going to be there when you need it. Power outages are here to stay. Fortunately, so is Duffy Power to protect your home or your business from the next power outage and all the ones after that. Go to DuffyPower.com. That's DuffyPower.com.
This fall, Audible is the best place to listen for everything you're into, from comedy to motivation to the latest bestsellers. Find it all at Audible with audiobooks, exclusive originals, and popular podcasts. Start listening free when you sign up at Audible.com.
SoCal weather from KFI. Highs in the upper 60s to mid-70s at the beaches. Low to mid-70s in Metro LA and OC. This report brought to you by Audible. And from the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. There's finally some progress on that crash on the 5.
Boynton Park, southbound side of the 5 before Beach Boulevard. We've had all lanes blocked for a while. Now they've reopened the left lanes here. Right lane still shut down. And you're backed up really heavy going away from Carmenita. That should start to dissipate a little bit. In Santa Monica, all lanes remain closed on the eastbound side of the 10 from the McClure Tunnel to 4th Street. This is Caltrans work that should be wrapping up in the next 15 minutes or so. But you are seeing delays along PCH approaching the California Incline as well because of that. And in Ontario, the westbound side of the 10 from the 15 to Haven, only the left lane open due to Caltrans work until Monday morning. KFI in the sky helps us there faster. I'm Alex Bucky.
This report is sponsored by Sam and Ash Injury Law. If you find yourself in a situation where you're injured a little or a lot, this is so easy to remember. Sam and Ash is hurt the crash. Just in case, put this number in your phone. 800-304-2000. Call Sam and Ash and hurt the crash. SamandAshLaw.com. When it comes to flooring, Lowe's showroom is all about fashion and function. Check out stylish, durable brands like Bruce Hardwood, SmartCore, and Satori Tile. Order now, only at Lowe's. See in-store associate or product detail page for warranty information.
The Big Ford exhibition in local remains. Now open to January 9th at the Vogue on Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles. Immerse yourself in the fan of James Houston. Forever. Get tickets now at BigFord.com.
Here's a special message for professional painters from your friends at Benjamin Moore. Thank you for listening to your customers, for paying attention to every detail, for knowing what they want even when they might not, and for dealing with some pretty, persnickety people. You guys make it happen, and for that, we thank you. Benjamin Moore wants to thank painters everywhere for putting love and passion into their work and making homeowners happy. Whether you're a pro or a happy homeowner, everything you need for your next project is waiting for you at your local independently owned Benjamin Moore retailer. Find the one nearest you at BenjaminMoore.com. That's BenjaminMoore.com. Benjamin Moore. See the love.
Angie Best is now open, and caring for your home just got easier. Whether you need help with routine maintenance or a dream remodel, Angie makes it easy to see reviews, compare quotes, and connect with top local pros who can get the job done right. Plus, you can see application and instantly book hundreds of projects. No phone tag. Just the work you need done at a time that works for you. Angie's got your to-do list covered from start to finish. Book your next home project today at Angie.com. That's ANGI.com.
There's a lot of confusion about how to protect yourself from COVID, with guidelines and regulations changing by the week. One thing is certain, you need an accurate thermometer for your family to check for fever, the leading sign of flu and COVID. Only the Exogen Temporal Scanner Thermometer has been proven accurate in more than 100 clinical studies. Don't rely on non-contact thermometers. They have no scientific studies behind them and can miss the fever that might mean COVID. Learn more at Exogen.com. Hey, it's Steve Sharp. If you've decided to sell your house, I know it is tempting to just get it listed as is, or even take one of those cash-out deals. But why sell yourself short when making just the right upgrades will maximize its sale value? You mean like flipping our own home, Gene? We don't have the expertise or the cash for that. I know, but my friends at Revive do. Revive knows exactly what to change, what to spend, and where to spend it. They'll manage everything for you and front all the costs. Yes, Revive fronts the cost. They can come back from escrow, but the profit gained is all yours. How much profit? The average client makes over 200% profit on what Revive invests on their behalf. It's a no-brainer. Reach out to iloverevive.com today and see if your home qualifies. So make the most from the sale of your home. Go to iloverevive.com. That's iloverevive.com.
Adventurers wanted at La Mesa RV. Your search for a sleek, maneuverable adventure van is waiting at La Mesa RV. Our selection of top names like Winnebago, Pleasureway, Storyteller, and Jayco are in stock. Ready to go. Get off the grid comfortably in a Mercedes, Ford, or Dodge-powered adventure van equipped with a range of amenities. Save thousands now and drive away in the adventure van you've been searching for.
This is just a very nice. See how Charlie he was.
La Mesa
Don't forget, this is the test telephone. This is song. This is rock. This is rock. Hey, you stand there and speak to yourself. That's how it does, but not tell the truth.
KFI, Dean Scout, the House Whisperer.